Oh my God, we're live. Hi, everyone. If you do not know me, I'm Stephanie Carlin, and I'm the founder of Free Spirits Music Songwriting School. And I want to welcome you to this album planning and goal setting workshop where we're going to use a ton of tools that I recently just used on my latest record to get very concise and clear and actionable results out of whatever it is you're planning to do in writing your next record. So I'm going to go switch over to the slides. Let's see here. Um, okay, here we are. Welcome to the album planning and goal setting workshop. All right, so you are in the right place if you're a singer-songwriter or you've been struggling to write music on a consistent basis, and or you want to start treating your music like a real career and not like amateur hour. So make sure that you stay until the end of this whole workshop to learn how to get a free coaching call with me so that we can go more in depth together on whatever it is you learned today. And I'm hopefully going to answer all your questions in this video, but if I don't, I want you to make sure you stay until the end because I'm going to be offering these free coaching calls to basically anyone who wants one. And we'll really be able to customize our conversation to exactly what you're dealing with around your music if you have any questions after this is over. So, here is what you will learn today. Today's workshop is just two main components. The first is how to get rid of what's in the way of you making good music and how to get what you want for your next album. These are two problems I am so equipped with. I have years of experience of dealing with getting rid of what was in the way for me around making good music and how to get what I wanted for my next album. So, a question for you to be thinking about, and it's woven in between a big part of this workshop, is why do you even want to be a singer-songwriter? Why? I want you to really think about that and have a clear answer for yourself. And that ties in a little bit to my story in discovering my answer to that. So my story is there I am looking all cute back in 2012, and I was living the life of a classic starving artist. So this was like a photo shoot for one of my first albums, and I'm looking real fierce up there, but I lived paycheck to paycheck, playing super dingy clubs at night and teaching lessons after school, and I was just, exhausted, burned out, and utterly cynical about my music career. And it didn't really make any sense, right? Because I was playing these cool shows. I was like what people would consider a legit artist. I had all the right structures in place, but I truly felt like even though my music career was moving, nobody was listening. And I needed so much courage to wake up every day and keep writing music that touched and inspired people. And most of all, I needed faith that I could even make a difference on this planet, that, making music wasn't 100% selfish. And it really felt like it was a lot of the time. And even though I had an amazing manager and a badass band, I really operated as if I was alone. So then, last May, I performed in South Korea at an international United Nations conference. Thousands of delegates, including the UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon, flooded that conference hall to discuss the 17 global goals, which I've posted here. Some of the ones that really resonated with me were no poverty, which is number 1, zero hunger, number 2, reduced inequalities, number 10. And everything started to shift. I realized for that my entire career I had perceived playing music as something that was selfish, something that didn't make a difference. I mean, after all, I knew running my songwriting school made a difference. Here I am with some of those kids. It impacted hundreds of children's lives and also the lives of children who had profound illnesses. And while these delegates at this UN conference wanted to change the world, they were struggling with changing themselves. And I realized that that's actually what I've been writing music about all along. I write music about transformation. And I saw how sharing my music with them actually inspired them enough to go make the tangible differences in the world at a global level. It was a missing conversation for them. And if I was going to actually achieve something at a global level, it was completely inappropriate for me to go at that alone. And so I started getting the help I really wanted and needed. And even just in the past year, my career has exploded. I've had 2 music videos nationally debut with the Viacom network, which includes MTV and VH1. And I've declared that my personal mission is to be a voice for women around the world. And a former producer at MTV got so inspired by this that she produced some videos for me for free, and then got her friends over at one of the largest advertising agencies in the world to edit those videos for free. Now, free or not doesn't really matter, but my point in sharing this is that once you get clearer on your mission, your team will show up for you. You don't have to hack at it alone. So I just completed writing my newest record with music 100% aimed at altering the conversation around female empowerment, and I'm touring exclusively in the yoga community, and my visibility has exploded. And since then, I've begun coaching singer-songwriters like you and training them on how to fulfill on exactly what they want in their careers. So this is what I want for you. Now, maybe you're not interested in saving the world, but I'll bet you're interested in changing lives with your music. I want to teach you exactly how to do this. So with all that being said, let's jump into your album planning and goal setting workshop. So our plan is to kickstart the next 30 days with new habits, thought patterns, and actions to write your next EP or album. You're going to leave here today with a clear action plan on how to do this. So you might be interested in writing an EP or half of a full-length album or your entire full-length album, whatever you want. But we're going to break down the habits, the thought patterns, and actions you'll need to take in order to fulfill on this. So, step 1, let's get rid of how you usually write music. If you're here, it's probably not working. So I want you to focus on all the nasty habits you want to get rid of, okay? And I say that because I want you to leave this training with new ways to interact with yourself as a creative person. And we're going to have to be straight about what doesn't work. So there's a workbook right below this video that you can download. I want you to download that workbook, print it out, open it, press pause if you have to take some time to do that, okay? And you're going to start answering these questions alongside me. Question 1. How would you normally write an album? If you've done it before, you want to really think about all the things you did that didn't quite work. For example, in my case, it took over 2 years to write my first album. I went $16,000 over budget, meaning I didn't have an appropriate budget, and I barely shared it with anyone once it was done. And unless something interrupts those patterns of what I already did, it's likely that is how I'll release future albums. So I'll give you some time to write, or you can press pause before you move on. The next questions. Why do you want to be an artist? This is a question I have personally found profoundly valuable. Knowing why you do something empowers you, especially when you're feeling stopped. I really didn't know who I was talking to with my music for the first 10 years of my career. Then over time, I discovered I really wrote songs that resonated with women and female empowerment. And then I discovered that I really wanted to make a difference for the way women viewed their inner strength and their inner beauty. And that's currently why I do what I do. It can change at any moment, and I give myself that right as an artist, but that's my why right now. That's why I want to be an artist. So, what's possible? This is a question for you to literally shape a future that hasn't been created yet. Think of your highest self as an artist. For example, since I am an artist to make a difference with the way women view their inner strength and their inner beauty, then what's possible is to live in a world where women globally are honored and cherished as opposed to raped, victimized, silenced, and belittled. And the last question: what impact do you want to make? This question is going to require you to interact with yourself as the kind of artistic leader that can actually make a difference. If this is difficult for you, I charge you with trying this on just for this conversation. So press pause, please, if at any point you need more time to brainstorm your thoughts, okay? Next question. What community would you be making this impact on? Think big. For me, it would be Planned Parenthood, pro-choice organizations, the United Nations, the He for She campaign, sex trafficking nonprofits. These are the kinds of organizations I would want aligned with my next album because it aligns with my mission. Next question. If you were writing music for this community, what would the impact be on them? Again, think big. Using myself as another example, an impact of me writing music to bring awareness to gender injustice leads to more women and children feeling whole, loved, adored, cherished, less broken. On a bigger level, it looks like being a major player in eradicating the pay gap between men and women, leveraging my voice as an artist to activate real change in the world. So in order to really think at this higher level of leadership, I want to share with you what I have been given, which are the levels of artistic leadership in the world. And really, these are like the levels of leadership in the world, regardless of whether you're artistic or not. And you're going to want to look at these levels and really choose powerfully for yourself what kind of artist you're going to be. So at the very base level, there's like just writing music for you. You love music. It is fun. It brings you joy. And it's just something you do for pleasure. That is a level of leadership, and your music can resonate at that level. And the next level would be sharing it with friends, family, and distributing it just for them to enjoy. A level up would be being an artistic leader in your community. And that might mean at different organizations you're involved in, at your school, different religious affiliations, whatever that might be. A higher level of artistic leadership is being an artistic leader in your society. And the highest level would be being an artistic leader at the level of the world. Like what you're creating is benefiting the world, or what you're creating is benefiting a society, or what you're creating is benefiting a community, or what you're creating is just benefiting your friends and family, which is fantastic, or what you're creating is benefiting you. So I want you to choose right here, right now, what level of artistic leadership are you going to step into? And any level is perfectly fantastic. So you just created a huge future for yourself. And if you haven't done that yet, press pause and do it now. Because the next question is wordy and confusing, and I'm definitely going to lose you if you haven't set yourself up for it. Okay? The question is, if you wrote your next album knowing you are not standing for making the impact you declared in question 1, and you did it entirely based on the past, what would that look like? Like for me, my typical way of doing things as I've done them in the past is to have no schedule, get super frustrated when things don't go my way, not really give myself a timeline to get things done, and then get confused when I'm 2 years into a project and it was supposed to be done 18 months ago. When I'm straight with myself, that's what my projects look like. That's what they have looked like. So I want you to really take a look at how you've done other musical or life projects before and then write it in your workbook, okay? Press pause if you need some time. So, with all of this being said, you've now created what level of leadership you are as an artist. And now we're going to create the specific measurable results. Blah, 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 the specific measurable results for your album. Now, this is in your workbook, and you're going to create at least 3 major goals for writing your next album. The most important part of this, and I can't stress this enough, is to be specific. You use excuses to let yourself off the hook and justify not causing the results you say you want to cause. So don't do that this time. Actually hold yourself to account for what you say you want. So let me give you an example, okay? This is a terrible example. A bad example is I'm going to write my album by June. There is nothing specific and nothing measurable about this. There is no way to tell whether you've fulfilled on this until you've actually written the whole album, but there are so many moving parts that have to be accomplished in between now and getting to that it leaves you no room to actually fulfill on any measurable results. But a perfecto example would be, I am going to write 1 song a week, and I'll set aside 15 minutes every day to write after I make a cup of coffee. Bam! Perfect. Now you know exactly when and where the song will be written and how the song is going to get done. And you can do that for each of your songs or for each of your results. Now, this is maybe the most important thing I can say in this workshop. Listen to your calendar. Your calendar is your BFF friend forever. I don't want your inspiration and writer's block complaints taken over. Let your calendar take over. I want your actions to be given by the commitment you have to the community you chose. And big people have big plates and play big games. So listen to your calendar and show up when it tells you to show up. So the very last thing that is in your workbooks is this question. List 3 words that represent the vision of your music at the highest level. Who do you want to be in writing this album? How do you want to feel? My girl Danielle Laporte says, knowing how you actually want to feel is the most potent form of clarity that you can have. So take a second and do that now. All right, guys. So this is not based on theory or ideas. These structures are all based on real results people have in the world. And very, I don't know how to say, like very loosely, I implemented these structures in my free 30-day songwriting challenge, which is available at freespiritsmusic.com. We have over 500 people involved in the 30-day songwriting challenge. And these are some of the results people have said they've gotten from that challenge, which basically takes all of these structures in a very light form. They said, Tracy said, this is making a huge impact on my creativity, my time management, my songwriting, and my lyric writing life. I am loving it. Jimmy said, thank you so much for this group, your course, and showing me that the small spaces between the regular chaos of life still hold enough wonder for me to practice and create. So this is exactly what I've done in my own career over the past year. In the past year, I've written 150 songs, including in my songwriting school. So it works. It works to have a structure to fulfill on your goals, and it works to actually create yourself as like an artistic leader, something to actually live into the moment you get disempowered. Like, this isn't just about you and about like your music. This is about altering whatever level of the world you want to alter. So I'm not sure why you came here today. I don't know if you were expecting me to talk about changing the world with your music, or but you might have come here because you've just been struggling to write music on a consistent basis, or you're ready to really step up your game as a singer-songwriter. I want you to know that you can do this. And you have two options in order to do this. You can do it on your own with pain, frustration, trial and error, and lots of time. I know that this is certainly the path I chose to take over the past 10 years, kind of holding myself up and just writing and not really sharing with people and kind of thinking I was sort of better than everyone else. And it really didn't work in order for me to fulfill on what I wanted as a musician. Uh, the second choice is you can be held accountable for your dreams and desire every step of the way. And that's why I want to introduce to you my 8-week songwriting boot camp called Write Your Next Album. And I am so excited about this 8-week boot camp. This is the first launch of this boot camp, so it's getting like all my attention and all my love. And really, Write Your Next Album is an 8-week online program that is guaranteed to extinguish writer's block and gets you writing good music on your time and your terms. So, you know how you get really excited about your big plans for your next show or album or the next big step in your music career? Yeah, me too. And then somewhere along the line, when it comes to really rolling up your sleeves and doing the work, you get stopped. And your big plans become nothing more than wishful thinking. And soon enough, I'm telling you, that's going to be your way of the past, because with this group, you're going to decide enough is enough. You're going to be so damn tired of waiting around for inspiration to strike, and you're going to get it on your time and your terms. So every day or every week, if that's what you need, you will sit down and you will create. Now, you'll still have your job, you'll still have responsibilities, obligations, side gigs, whatever it is you do, but there's one thing that you'll have that's brand new, and that's accountability. You'll have accountability to your team, a team of songwriters, and me as your songwriting coach to boot. I should mention, this program is only open to 25 students. Likely, I will not accept a full 25. I want to keep this group really small and intimate. So the spots are limited. Okay? So anyway, you're gonna have accountability to the people in this community and the community that you're committed to impacting that you just created earlier on this workshop. So, want to write about female empowerment? Go for it. World hunger? Yes. Joy, grief, love? Okay, go. Whatever you want, but you will get clarity on who you're serving. And you'll create a profound accountability to yourself. Like what you say goes. And there are several critical tools and techniques you will master to execute this. Regular old you can't write a record in 8 weeks. But when you put these tools in place, the results are guaranteed. So I just want to be crystal clear. This is a breakthrough approach to creation. We start March 31st. I want you to join us. All right, so you can see that the course curriculum is outlined here, and it's really straightforward. There is one coaching call a week. You are not required to be on it. There will be a live replay, and there is one worksheet a week with a songwriting prompt and a homework assignment. So really briefly, let's just go through the subjects of each week. So week 1 is create your album's vision and successfully launch it. Week 2, make a songwriting schedule. Week 3, 5 critical and free tech tools for streamlining your inspiration and ideas. That one might change a little bit. Week 4, Conquering Perfectionism 101, a crash course. Week 5, why writer's block isn't real and how to disappear it for good. Week 6, why these songs are so gut-wrenchingly powerful and yours can be too. And week 7 is finding your dream collaborators. And week 8 is creating your next steps of recording and releasing your album. So, again, this is the very first launch of this program. I'm just so excited about that. And these testimonials that I have here are just from people who have worked with me before. So Lisa said, the best thing is that songwriting doesn't feel like a chore anymore. I'm studying music so it can feel like homework sometimes. It's now something I look forward to every day, and when I miss a day, I'm happy that I get to do 2 in a row. So Courtney said, it is a dream come true to stay consistent. Awesome, Courtney. And Amanda says, I thought I'd have hit a creative wall by now, but no, I think my writing is getting better, more free, flowing, and inspired. And Iman, bless his heart, he says, Stephanie, you're a songwriting hero. Your material is so well prepared and organized, it's too good to stop here. So the investment of this program is $297 for the entire 8 weeks or $99 a month for 3 months. So if you register in the next 20 minutes, you can get a free 30-minute one-on-one call with me where we can really deepen what we've done in today's workshop and flesh through it and customize it exactly to you. All I ask is, just shoot me an email at steph@freespiritsmusic.com to schedule it once you've registered for the course. So again, straight talk. Each week costs you about $37 for a high performance coach and a group of fellow songwriters who are playing the same game that you are. So I just want to break down exactly what it is you're going to get in the course. So you will get lifetime access to all 8 weeks or 8 modules. It's 8 weeks of group coaching calls live with me and available for replay whenever you want. Okay? You will get weekly songwriting prompts. You will get support and feedback in our private Facebook group, and you'll get weekly actionable worksheets. So here it is. It starts March 31st. I told you there are very limited spots. Right below the video, you can click a button to register and hop in the course. And when you do click that button, you'll go to our sales page and you'll click register now. And here's what will come up. And it's a payment portal, and you can either use your credit card or use PayPal. And say, for example, you were paying in full. All you have to do is type in your card number and the expiration date and the CVC code and the country and verify your card. And when you do that, you'll also be creating a login and a password. Your login is usually your email. Your password can be whatever the heck you want it to be. And you will use that login and password to sign in and out of the course. When we do our live coaching calls, we'll do them outside of the course. You will get a phone number to call in, and then the calls will be immediately uploaded to this online portal for you to watch, and you can log in with that username and password and watch them at your leisure and do your worksheets at your leisure and work on your songwriting prompts at your leisure. So the course starts Friday, March 31st, and it never ends. It's completely self-paced. You're going to decide when you want to start and when you want to finish, but the game of the program is in the next 8 weeks, you will have written your next album. And we'll have this live weekly call every week, and if you can't join us, no problem. Just catch the replay and hang with the gang in our closed Facebook group. So you do not have to play guitar to be in this program. All you have to do is be a songwriter. And you can play guitar, uke, bass, cello, viola, violin, keys, whatever it is. The conversation isn't instrument specific. It's about thought process, context, and inner power in relationship to your work. The course is for songwriters ready to up their game, and we urge you to stay in the course even if you're feeling confronted, because you know what? You got this. I'm here for you every step of the way. And I trust you to make a wise and thoughtful decision, and we're going to offer a refund in full for up to 2 weeks after the course begins. And all we ask is that you show us the work you've done before you request your refund. And that means you've done the worksheets and shown up to the calls and all of that. But yeah, there's this 14-day money-back guarantee after the course starts. So really you can jump in like no strings attached. Now, I'm telling you, you will walk out of this course having written your next album, having altering your perception of who you are in the world as an artist and a leader. There is nothing better than that. It is what we all want as artists. It is what we all want as people. So I want you to click below the video to register. Hop in now. It starts as soon as you register. And thank you guys so much for listening. See you there.